that time again, everybody. I think it's exciting. Today's class is more of like a faster paced class for everybody online. I know I already said it like 5 seconds ago, but today's class is a little bit faster paced. Still trying to focus on that muscle activation, though. We don't want to neglect the muscles as we start moving faster. We just want to be able to open up a little bit more range of motion, get more mobility throughout this stretch, the stretches that we're doing, and then just overall focusing on trying to get that warmth, that heat. It's not necessarily cardio yoga, but it could be cardio yoga, depending on how many like sets of it you do, but it's okay. With that being said, everybody make sure that you're going at your own pace, doing everything within your comfort level. If there's a movement that I show that hurts you or you need a different modification, feel free to take it. I take my own modifications as well. So definitely don't be afraid to do that. Don't be afraid to ask me for modification either. Just go back, push into a child's pose, go into a forward fold. Anything is possible. I believe in you. With that being said, today we're just going to start in that child's pose once again. Keeping our knees wide on the mat, walking our hands forward. If you have a watch, don't forget to start it. Taking this time to bring more awareness to all four corners of your body. You might try wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes, feeling your forearms pressed into the mat. Using this time to bring awareness to your breathing. You might try box breathing here. In for 4, hold for 4, out for 4, hold, and repeat. This time is meant to clear your mind, let go of any stress outside of this class, and pay attention to yourself. What are your muscles feeling? Where is your tension? If you need a little bit more mobility here, feel free to rock your hips side to side and get them ready for today's stretch. Slowly trying to walk your fingertips a little bit further, pressing your chest into the mat, getting that deep stretch through your upper spine, through your hips. One more deep breath in. Feel free to rotate your palms to the ceiling, lifting your forearms up off of the mat, bringing your palms to your back, looking for a little bit deeper of a stretch. Remembering to breathe into these stretches here. Inhale for depth, exhale deeper, holding into that stretch, letting your body know it's okay to relax. I'm going to take one more deep breath in. And on that exhale, you're going to lower your forearms if you had them lifted, palms back to the floor, sitting up but staying on those forearms. You're going to bring your left fingertips to your temple. We're going to open our chest to the wall beside of us, finding a bit more mobility. Exhale, lowering back down. Lifting up, trying to find a little bit deeper of a stretch than the first. Lowering back down. Lift. Lower. Trying to hold at the top for a little bit. Seeing if you can sink a little bit further back. Lift your elbow a little bit further up to the ceiling. Let's go for 2 more. Might find a little bit of a shake at the top. Just try to hold there, then your comfort level. Holding at the top for your very last one, you're going to extend your fingertips all the way up to the ceiling, deepening that stretch. Holding here for another deep breath in. And on that exhale, we're going to thread our hand all the way through that gap underneath of your chest. Deep breath in, slowly sinking further here. Stretch through your shoulder, your hip, your spine. One more deep breath in. Exhale, pushing back up onto both forearms. We're going to bring our right fingertips to our temple here. We're going to do the same thing. Opening up your chest, lifting that elbow to the ceiling, lowering it back down. Trying to lift that elbow a little bit further every single time. Try to force yourself to feel the stretch. What muscles are you engaging? Squeezing that core, lifting yourself up. For 2 more. Really lifting, deepening your stretch. Last one, we're going to lift. We're going to hold at the top, bringing our fingertips all the way up to the ceiling. Trying to see if you can sink just a little bit further. One more deep breath in, find that length. Exhale, wrapping all the way through and around under your chest. Pushing into that shoulder, finding that twist through your spine. Nice deep breath here. On your next exhale, we're coming all the way back up. Still on both forearms, placing both palms in the mat, lifting yourself all the way up. Go ahead and curl your toes underneath of you. You still want shoulders over the heels of your palms, hips stacked over your knees. We're going to push through our fingers in the heel of our palm, coming all the way up. Downward dog, pedaling out those feet. Stretching out the backs of our legs. Lifting through that navel, finding height through your hips. Working on getting your ribs to the tops of your thighs. Deep breath in. Exhale, walking our feet to our hands, forward fold. Feel free to bend your knees a little here if that feels good to you. Taking a nice deep breath before we get into our full lift, half lift series. Using that Y. Taking one deep breath in, rolling your spine vertebra by vertebra slowly. Making sure you feel that stretch, lifting your arms all the way up. Look for that length. Try to feel that pull with your fingertips. Exhale, diving forward, still rolling your spine vertebra by vertebra. Hold here, one deep breath in. Exhale, half lift, squeeze those glutes, bend those knees. Straighten that back. Feel that lift through your core and your belly button. Bringing your arms up, finding that Y, squeezing your scapula together. It should feel like a pencil is between your shoulder blades and you are trying to keep it there. Exhale, lowering all the way down. Deep breath in, half lift, squeeze those glutes, push through those quads. Lifting your arms all the way up, find that Y. Hold here. Try and recognize all the parts in your back and your glutes. Feel those muscles. Are they squeezed? Exhale, lowering all the way back down. Making sure your core is working the entire time. For one more half lift, squeeze those glutes. Lift through that core, expand through your chest, make it parallel to the floor beneath of you. Raising those arms, squeezing those lats. Holding at the top, one more deep breath in. Exhale, lowering all the way back down, forward fold. Go ahead and step each foot back, finding your high plank. Heels of palm directly under your shoulders. Deep breath in. Go ahead and lower your knees down to the ground. Uncurl your toes. Slowly lower in, making sure your elbows are squeezed to your side. Lifting through your traps and your triceps. Lowering all the way to your stomach. Pushing through your fingertips, lifting all the way up. Baby cobra. Go ahead and look over each shoulder if that feels comfortable to you. One more deep breath in, lowering all the way back down. Kick that left foot up and reach back. If you can, try grabbing that foot, bringing your heel as close to your glute as you can. Find that stretch through your quad. If you can't reach your foot, that's okay. Just try to reach. You don't have to grab it. Look for that stretch. One more deep breath in. Trying to bring that heel a little bit closer to your glute. And on your next exhale, you're going to lower your palm down by your shoulder, but kick that foot up and over your back, finding that twist. Still remembering to take those deep breaths. Breathe into the stretch. Let your body know it's okay to relax. Don't fight the stretch. Just breathe. One more deep breath in. Slowly trying to send your foot out a little bit further. Exhale, coming all the way back to center. Kick your right foot up and reach back. If you can, try grabbing it and pulling your heel closer to your glute. Feel that stretch through your quad and in your shoulder. One more deep breath in. Really pressing the top of your foot into the palm of your hand. Exhale, bringing that palm down below your shoulder. Kick your right foot up and over. Look for that twist. Still remembering to breathe. Slowly trying to send your foot a little bit further back. Taking another deep breath in. Exhale, we're coming all the way back to center, pushing up through your palms, up onto your knees, curling your toes underneath. If you find that position again, shoulders over wrists, hips over knees, curl your toes underneath, and we're sending our hips back into downward dog. Go ahead and pedal out your feet. Deep breath in. On your exhale, send that right leg up, pointed into the sky, three-legged dog. Option to bend that knee and twist your hips to the wall to your right. Still trying to keep those shoulders parallel to the floor beneath you. You want to push through your back, squeeze through your core, lift through your glutes. Holding here for another deep breath in. Exhale, bring that knee to your chest, step between your hands, lowering your left knee down to the ground, low lunge. Slowly let your hips sink further into the floor here. Trying to keep that knee stacked over your ankle. Holding here for another deep breath in. Try lifting all the way up to center if you can. When you're ready, we're going to bring our fingertips to our temples. We're going to do that thoracic rotation stretch, bringing opposite elbow, opposite knee. Lift back up, pushing through those glutes, squeezing through your core, and reach back for that opposite foot. Coming back, opposite elbow, opposite knee. Lift up, push through that right glute, and reach back. If you can and you're comfortable, feel free to pick up the pace, but just make sure you're still feeling that muscle activation. You're lifting through your core, not through your hips, pushing through your glute, not through your knee. For 2 more. And last one. Lifting up, push through that glute, reach back. Coming up, finding center. Bring your hands down, finding prayer. Taking that twist, holding here. If this is difficult for you, feel free to take one of your hands, place it down on the ground, and just reach up with that opposite hand. Also have the option to use a block here, whatever feels comfortable for you. Just remember to breathe, slowly sink further into the stretch, feeling it through your hips, through your spine. One more deep breath in. Exhale, we're coming all the way back up to center. Bring that left palm down to the floor. Push your right knee out. Open those hips up to the floor, trying to keep them parallel. Rocking to the outside of your foot. Keeping a slight bend in that elbow. One more deep breath in. Exhale, bring that right palm down to the floor. Curl your left toes underneath of you. Lift up, step back, find that high plank. Slowly lowering down, bringing your knees to the mat. Squeeze through your stomach, elbows tight to your sides. Lowering down to your belly, push up through your fingertips. Come into that second vinyasa of today's class. Squeezing through your back. Might try lifting a little bit higher here than you did before. Exhale, go ahead and push all the way up onto your knees. Curl those toes underneath of you. Send your hips back, pushing your ribs into the tops of your thighs, downward dog. And when you're ready, go ahead and pick that left leg up, bring it up into the sky. Feel free to stay here, three-legged dog, or bend that knee, tilt your hips to the wall to your left, making sure your shoulders are still parallel to the floor beneath you. Squeeze through that core, engage your glute, use your back muscles, taking those deep breaths. When you're ready, we're bringing knee to chest, step through those hands, lower your right knee down to the ground. Find that low lunge. Slowly sink further into this stretch here. When you're ready, we're up, finding center, still trying to keep that knee stacked over your ankle. Bringing your fingertips to your temples. Find that twist, opposite elbow, opposite knee. Coming back to center. And reaching back. You might find that one side had better balance than the other. It's okay, just note that. Paying attention to the muscle activation here. Do you feel it more in your core? Do you feel it more in your glute? Paying attention to what your body's feeling right now. For 2 more. Opening up through those hips. Taking the time to reach, find that stretch. Last one, we're coming up. Hands above head, slowly lowering down to prayer. Having that option, take that twist, or bring your right palm down to the floor and lift your left up. Whatever one is comfortable to you. Deep breath in, focusing on that balance. Press through that glute. One more deep breath in, really trying to open up into that twist. Exhale, bringing both palms to the mat, and press your left knee outward. Still trying to keep your hips parallel to the floor beneath you, rolling on to the outside of your left foot. Deep breath in. Go ahead and exhale. Drop your left palm back to the mat. Curl your right toes under, stepping back, stepping all the way into another downward dog, pressing through your back, lifting through your navel. Deep breath in. On that exhale, kick your right knee back. Hold here for one deep breath. When you're ready, we're bringing knee to outside elbow. Squeeze that core. Exhale, push back up. Knee to inside elbow. Squeeze that core. Exhale, push that foot back up. Knee to center. And push that foot back up. Doing it again one more time. Knee to outside elbow. Squeeze that glute, squeeze your core. Knee to inside elbow, pushing through your back and your triceps. Last one, knee to inside. Go ahead and hover back into that tabletop position, dropping onto both knees. Taking one deep breath here. And on your next exhale, go ahead and lift your left arm up. Reach through those fingertips, wrapping it all the way around you. Bring the back of your palm to the middle of your back. Exhale, reaching it forward again. Deep breath in and sweeping back. Doing this 2 more times, paying attention to how your shoulder feels. How does it engage with your back? What are you squeezing? Are you still lifted through your core? Doing this 1 more time. Go ahead and lower back down onto your palm. We're going to take that right knee and we're just going to circle back. The only thing that should be moving here is your glute and your legs. Stay lifted through your core. Don't fall apart here. Just breathe. Pay attention to how your glute is feeling. When you're ready, go ahead and circle in the opposite direction now. Do you still feel it in the same part of your glute? Remembering to breathe. For 2 more. Last one, kick that right leg all the way back, straightening that leg out, reaching up with your left arm. This next one, you have an option. You can either do little taps, lowering up, lowering down, or you can windshield wiper, whatever one's comfortable for you. Just make sure you are using your muscles. Keep that pressure off your joints, squeeze that glute, stay lifted through your core. Windshield wipers are more focused towards balance. The lifts are more focused towards muscle activation. Go ahead and do this 2 more times. Last one. When you're ready, we're going to extend both out all the way. Straight line, fingertips, tops of your head, hips to your toes. We're squeezing in, lift up through your stomach, squeeze your core, elbow to knee, and extend back out again. Elbow to knee, and extend back out again. Elbow to knee. Make sure your glute is still engaged. For 2 more. Last one. Lifting all the way back and lowering that foot down. Deep breath in. When you're ready, we're going to sink back onto those hips. Reach your right arm over your head, your left arm back. Finding that camel pose. Feel free to use that block here if you do need more support to stay lifted. Work your way towards getting all the way down to the floor. Feel free to roll out your wrists, roll out your neck, whatever feels comfortable to you. Lowering all the way back down. Reach back with your right hand. Reach up with your left. Switching sides. Feeling that stretch through your left side body. Deep breath in. Lowering all the way back down. Walk your hands in front of you, finding that tabletop position one more time. Still curling our toes underneath. We're going to hover up, squeeze through those quads, lifting your knees off the mat. Slowly lower down. 3 seconds, lift up, hold for 1 breath, lower all the way back down. Lift and lower. Lift for 2 more. Last one. Go ahead and lower all the way back down. 1 more deep breath in. This time we're lifting our right arm up off of the floor, sending it back of your palm, middle of your back. Reaching forward again, paying attention to what's moving in your shoulder. Where are you engaging? Where do you feel it in your core? Are you still squeezing your glutes? Slight bend in your elbow, pushing through your palm, keeping that pressure off of your wrist. Last one. Go ahead and lower that hand all the way back down. Kicking that left leg out, circling your hips, squeeze the glutes. Stay strong through your core. Try to make sure the only thing that is moving is your leg. Slow and in control. Last one. Go ahead and circle in the other direction now. Do you still feel it in the same part of your glute? You keeping all of your other muscles engaged. Remembering to breathe. Last one. This time you're going to extend the left leg all the way back. Find that straight line. Reach that right arm out. Feel free to windshield here or just lower all the way down. Get that muscle activation. Or combine the two together, up to you. For 2 more. Stay strong through that core. Last one, lift. Staying lifted, straight line, tips of your finger, top of your head, hips to toes. Bring that elbow to your knee. Lift up through the navel and extend out again. Squeeze through that glute. Quality over quantity. For 2 more. Last one. Lowering all the way back down. Pressing back, finding that child's pose. Letting yourself sink further to the mat. Option to walk your hands to the left, finding that stretch through your right side body. Taking another deep breath in. And walking to the right. Exhale, walking back to the center. Try lifting your hips in the air a little bit further, walking your hands forward in front of you. Get that chest to the ground, find a puppy pose. Should feel this stretching the middle of your back. If it helps you, feel free to lift those palms off the floor. Bring them to your back. Slowly work on sinking your chest further to the floor. One more deep breath in. Exhale, go ahead and lower those arms back down. Push yourself up, find that tabletop position, curl your toes underneath, and bring yourself up, finding that downward dog. When you're ready, walking our feet to our hands, forward fold. Slowly letting your spine lengthen. Deep breaths. One more deep breath in. We're lifting all the way up, finding standing. Reaching to the sky. Length through our fingertips. When you're ready, we're stepping back with that left foot, finding a high lunge here. Go ahead and open yourself up to that bent knee. Keeping that knee stacked over your ankle. Opening up through your shoulders. When you're ready, lift up through that left hand. Reach back through your right. Still breathing. Exhale, coming all the way back up to center. Deep breath in. Slowly bending that left knee. Push up through your right glute. Bending your left knee. Push up through that right glute. You want your knee to stay stacked over your ankle the entire time. Make sure you're feeling this in your glute and your quad. Slow and in control. For 2 more. Last one. Pushing all the way back up. Standing, lift that left leg. Feel free to stay here in tree or kick that leg over top. Slowly lowering down. Standing figure 4. Whatever's comfortable for you, gripping through all 4 corners of your foot. Finding a stretch through your hips. Deep breath in. Exhale, lifting all the way back up. Set that foot down. Kicking back that right foot now. Coming all the way into that lunge. Opening your arms up to that bent knee. Slowly work on finding those lengths through those fingertips. When you're ready, lift that right arm overhead. Reach that left hand into that back pocket. Taking another deep breath here. Exhale, coming all the way back to center, reaching those hands above your head. And lowering all the way down, bending that back knee, pushing up through your left glute. Keep that knee stacked over your ankle. For 2 more. Last one. Pushing all the way back up to standing. Bringing that right foot up. Feel free to stay here in tree or kick that leg up and over your leg. Slowly lower down, standing figure 4. Pay attention to what side had better balance, if one side did. Focus on your balance here, gripping through all 4 corners of your foot. Take another deep breath in. Exhale, lifting all the way back up, lowering that foot down, sending our arms up and overhead, lowering down, finding that chair pose. Hold here for 1 deep breath in. When you're ready, we're reaching back and up. Little pulses, push through your quads here, squeeze through your shoulders. Try to keep your toes pointed directly in front of you. For 1 more. Lifting all the way up, step your feet to the outside of your mat. Slowly coming down, finding that yogi squat. If this is difficult for you, feel free to press the palms of your hands in the floor in front of you, or set that block underneath of you. Option to rock side to side here. Remembering to breathe. When you're ready, we're taking that left hand, lifting it up over top, placing your right hand into the ground. Reach. For 1 breath in. Exhale, lower. Switching that out, reach your right arm up. And lower. Left hand up. Look for that length. And lower. Right hand up. Look for that length. Lower. 1 more on each side. Lift. And lower. Lift. And lower. Go ahead and come all the way down to your glutes now. Grabbing one of those blocks. Keeping it in front of you. Go ahead and reach it up over your head, bringing those feet up off the ground. Bring it down. If you can, extend your feet out and back in. If this is difficult for you, feel free to just move the block. Making sure your chest is lifted, your pelvic floor is up and in. Squeeze that core. For 2 more. Last one. And tap each toe to the ground. Both feet. Bringing them back up to meet that block. For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Both feet now, at the same time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go ahead and put that block to the side, slowly lowering all the way down to your back. Hug those knees. Feel free to rock side to side. Deep breath. When you're ready, go ahead and grab that block again. Lift it up overhead, keeping it straight with your arms, bringing your legs all the way up. You're going to alternate lowering 1 down and lift. Lowering the opposite and lift. Notice if you can feel each side of your core activating, trying to keep your lower back touching the mat all the way down. Using your breath, making it work for you. For 2 more. Last one. Bending those knees. Go ahead and set that block on your shins. Kick your legs out. Reach your hands above your head. And tuck them back in. Grab the block. Lift. And lower. Still keeping your lower back touching the ground. For 2 more. Last one. Setting that block to the side. Bring your feet down to the ground. Go ahead and kick your right foot up and over. Bring the outside of your ankle to the top of your left knee. If this is comfortable for you, feel free to stay here, or you can grab your left hamstring or shin. Gently pull that knee closer to you. Option to rock side to side if that feels comfortable. When you're ready, go ahead and send either hand to either side of your body. Gently let your hips fall to the left, trying to plant the bottom of your foot on the ground. You still want both shoulders touching the mat. Taking one more deep breath in. Exhale, coming all the way back to center. Take that right foot up and over. Lifting your left, hooking it over your right. Option to stay here or grab onto your hamstring or your shin. Gently pulling that leg closer to you. Rocking side to side if that feels right. When you're ready, sending your hands to either side of your body, gently letting your hips fall to the right, trying to plant the bottom of your foot onto the floor while keeping both shoulders touching the mat. Holding here for one more deep breath in. Exhale, we're coming all the way back up to center, unhooking your left foot from your right. Bring the soles of your feet together, gently letting your knees fall to either side of your body. Bringing one hand over your heart, one hand over your stomach. We're going to meet here for our last few breaths of class today. Taking this time to do a full brain scan of how your body's feeling after the day, after the class. Where's their tension? Where's their release? Soreness? Pain? Bring awareness to all four corners of your body. You might try wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes. Feel the back of your head pressed into the mat. the rise and fall of your chest as you slowly allow yourself to sink further and further into the floor. You might try box breathing here. In for 4, hold for 4, out for 4, hold, and repeat. That brings us to the end of today's class. Feel free to stay and stretch if you'd like. I wanted to thank you all so much for showing up today. Make sure you're taking care of yourself after class, eating the right food, getting the right amount of sleep. With that, hopefully I see you all again on Tuesday.